In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on September 30th, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Philadelphia Phillies vs. Washington Nationals, Game 1. It's the opening game of a weekend set that has had its schedule rearranged between National League East foes in the nation's capital. The Philadelphia Phillies are on the road as they open up a 4-game weekend set against the Washington Nationals, with the first game of a split doubleheader Friday afternoon. Philadelphia closed a 3-game series on the road with the Cubs at Wrigley Field, hoping to avoid a sweep. The Phillies were beaten 4-1 in the middle game of the set Wednesday night. Washington avoided a sweep at the hands of the Braves at home as they prevailed 3-2 in 10 innings Wednesday night. In the season series between the teams, the Phillies own a commanding 13-2 advantage, including a 3-game sweep at home in the most recent series September 9th and September 11th. The Philadelphia Phillies are 83-72 this season and have lost 5 games in a row. Philadelphia is coming off of a series loss against the Cubs, where they lost all 3 games played. The Philadelphia pitching staff has a 3.94 earned run average, a 1.25 WHIP, and a .244 opponent batting average this season. The Phillies offense has scored 717 runs with a .254 batting average and a .317 on base percentage. Kyle Schwarber is batting .212 with 42 home runs and 87 RBIs for the Phillies this season. The Washington Nationals are 54-101 this season and have lost 4 of their last 6 games. Washington is coming off of a series loss against Atlanta, where they lost 2 out of the 3 games played in the series. The Washington pitching staff has a 4.94 earned run average, a 1.43 WHIP, and a .265 opponent batting average. The Nationals offense has scored 582 runs with a .249 batting average and a .311 on base percentage this year. Lane Thomas is batting .246 with 17 home runs and 52 RBIs for the Nationals this season. Philadelphia comes into this game only a half game up on the Brewers for the last wild card spot in the National League. Philadelphia has not played well in their last few games, but still holds the lead in the wild card race. Washington threw a wrench in Atlanta's plans Wednesday night, knocking them a game behind the Mets in the National League East race. They now get a chance to stagger the Phillies, who have been similar to a punch-drunk fighter in the month of September. Stumbling down the stretch has been commonplace for the Phillies in recent years as they try to reach the postseason since the 2011 season. Falter has pitched well over the last 6 or 7 weeks, and the Phillies have to turn things around quickly with less than a week to go in the regular season. Philadelphia is starting Bailey Falter in Game 1, while Washington is starting Eric Fed. Falter got roughed up in last start, while Fed has not had a very good season. The Nationals will battle, but inevitably, the depth that the Phillies have in their lineup carries them to a victory. So the Philadelphia Phillies money line is our full game side pick. Philadelphia comes into Thursday's action having seen the over post a 76-71-7 mark this season. The Phillies are 7th in runs per game this season as they average 4.66 runs a contest. Philadelphia puts up 4.4 runs per game on the road and has seen an average total of 8.9 runs per game entering Thursday. That number drops to an average of 8.74 runs per game as the road team. Washington enters this game with the under holding a 78-70-7 advantage in regard to the total this season. The Nationals are 26th in the majors with an average of 3.75 runs per contest, and they are 27th at home as they put up 3.64 runs per game as the home team. Washington has seen an average total of 8.97 runs per game, and that number drops to an average of 8.9 runs per game at Nationals Park. This is the start of what could be a grueling weekend for both teams. Although Washington has a terrible team earned run average, the Nationals cannot score either as they are 26th in runs scored. The total has finished under in 8 of Washington's last 10 games and in 10 of the last 14 that the Nationals have played during the month of September. During its current 4-game losing streak, the Philadelphia Phillies have scored a total of just 13 runs for an average of 3.25 runs per game. With the Phillies' recent struggles at the plate against mediocre teams, look for this this game to end up below the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati Reds versus Chicago Cubs. The Cincinnati Reds face the Chicago Cubs with both teams looking to wrap up rough seasons strong. The Reds have a 60-96 record and a 3-game losing streak to leave them in second last place in the National League Central Division, while the Cubs have a 70-86 record and will finish under .500 for the second year in a row. For the upcoming game, the Reds will turn to Graham Ashcraft as their starting pitcher, while the Cubs will turn to Adrian Sampson, who has only allowed 2 runs in his last 3 starts. The Cincinnati Reds are 60-96 this season and have lost 6 of their last 7 games. Cincinnati is coming off of a series loss against Pittsburgh, where they lost all 3 games played. The Cincinnati pitching staff has a 4.82 earned run average, a 1.39 WHIP, and a .252 opponent batting average this season. The Reds' offense has scored 637 runs with a .237 batting average and a .305 on base percentage. Kyle Farmer is batting .255 with 14 home runs and 76 RBIs for the Reds this season. The Chicago Cubs are 70-86 this season and have won 4 games in a row. Chicago is coming off of a series win against Philadelphia, where they won all 3 games played in the series. The Chicago pitching staff has a 4.09 earned run average, a 1.32 WHIP, and a .246 opponent batting average. The Cubs' offense has scored 623 runs with a .239 batting average and a .311 on base percentage this year. Ian Happ is batting .270 with 17 home runs and 71 RBIs for the Cubs this season. The Reds are 5-16 in their last 21 overall and 1-6 in their last 7 after an off day. Cincinnati is 1-8 in their last 9 versus a team with a losing record. Meanwhile, the Cubs are 8-1 in their last 9 Friday games and 7-1 in their last 8 overall. Chicago is 6-1 in the last 7 in Game 1 of a series. The Reds are stumbling in a big way down the final stretch, losing 6 out of their last 7 games, including an ugly sweep by the Pirates in that span. Ashcraft has struggled a bit this year, and he's coming off 4 earned in 4 innings on 8 hits in a loss to Milwaukee. Prior to that, Ashcraft had spent about a month on the injured list with bicep soreness. For what it's worth, he managed 6 earned on 15 hits and 4 walks in 13 innings in his last 2 outings prior to getting hurt. The Cubs are playing well, recording victory in 6 out of their last 8 bouts, including a 3-game sweep against the Phillies this week. The Cubs starter Adrian Sampson continues to shine. If Chicago can keep the offense going smoothly, they should be able to plate some early runs here. So the Chicago Cubs money line is our full game side pick. The Cubs should limit the Reds lineup, which is scoring only 4.08 runs per game, with Adrian Sampson building off 3 strong starts and pitching multiple strong innings with little to no contact at the plate. The Reds should also limit the Cubs, who are averaging only 3.25 runs per game in September, with Graham Ashcraft pitching multiple scoreless innings with weak contact and multiple strikeouts. With both lineups struggling, I see this game being a low-scoring one, with both starters controlling this game from the first pitch. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.